Hey guys, welcome back to episode number 13 of Pokemon Emerald Water Monotype Run. Today we'll be going from Mobile City to hopefully the next city that is. I don't exactly know what the next city is, but hopefully, yeah, that that is the place we're trying to go, or at least like reach an like an important enough destination to say that yeah, we made some progress today. Although yes, this is within Turf Town, not Mobile City. This is the town that is left of Mobile City. I didn't know its name that well. I would say is because I am really bad with remembering names of things. Like I could, for the life of me, if you put a gun to my head and ask me and to name towns that I've been, all the towns that I have been to, I probably wouldn't be able to name them. Well, I mean, for two reasons. My memory isn't that great, and second, I would be too scared to, because of the gun at my head. But anyway, on the topic of Pokemon, yes, that is today's objective. Like to at least make some distance from mobile to the next city, like at the start, or like at least reach some part. Anyway, as I was saying, we would be continuing from there. Currently speaking, I did two things. Um, Off screen, I put my Magikarp. I've been thinking of putting my Magikarp in. What do you say? Magikarp in where? I can't exactly remember. Like I do know Magikarp in like the nursery, mostly to have them have it level up slowly but surely until at least I get back from the fifth gym, the fire type gym that belongs to I can't remember exactly what her name is. Flannery, yes, Flannery's gym. After that, maybe I'll get my magic upper because it's too low of a level to contribute to anything currently. And like, I am not in the need of a like water type currently right now, and it will at most like eat the exp that may be more important to other of my like other Pokemon. Once again, since it makes my job a bit, although it makes my job a bit longer, but anyway, I've been like mostly skipping around. I will probably skip this battle as well because nothing interesting happens in this one. I At least I don't remember anything interesting happened in this one because like this was recorded at what, Thursday, I believe. Yeah, Thursday. I got this battle. Nothing like interesting happened. I believe in this whole episode. Once again, like as I said, since we aren't doing any particular story mode other than like there is like no story between the what was it called, museum till at least we reach the like cross this route when we go inside the cave. Since we can't directly go to Flannery's gym, we have to take a support. Although to this right side, I don't know what this thing is. I didn't really check off screen because I had more of a one track mind to go at least reach the next city by the end of this episode. uh, if you guys are worried why I'm not fighting these trainers, and I do go back and fight them off screen, mainly because once again I just want to make this this let's play a more direct, I would say. Yeah, a more direct affair, like nothing too fillery in each episode. I mostly go and anyway, as I was saying, I, I thought of doing a Nuzlocke in this in Emerald currently, but I'm not like as skilled, not skilled enough to do a Nuzlocke. Although I know a Nuzlocke depends on two things: luck mostly because if you can get good Pokemon, good enough Pokemon, and two, knowledge of the game itself. My knowledge, I would say, is average, like slightly below average on the nature of Pokemon. Nothing I would say too like grand. I wouldn't say I'm like an expert on the game. I know the basics and some interesting facts here and there, but nothing of what's the word? Nothing too grand. Yeah, my knowledge is nothing too grand. I did. I was about to go through here, but then I remembered that you can't pass through here until at least I think either beating Norman or Flannery. Before either beating between those, you can get some an item, a key item that lets you go into the desert area. But ultimately, that won't help me because I can only catch water Pokemon, and the only water Pokemon that I might catch from now onwards are like there are only two or three more Pokemon that I think I might catch. One of them's Carvana purely because I may need a dark type, and it can also learn some other moves which may be important. Uh, and the other type would be a water ice type Pokemon, or maybe a water dragon type because a dragon type Pokemon might come in handy. Although, other than I think what the last Elite Four, no one has any dragon types, so though they wouldn't really be that important. Like dragon type isn't as important in this generation, and maybe later generation dragon types become. What I'm trying to say is like in the early generation, dragon types aren't like very feasible in the early generation. In the later generation, they do become a bit more feasible, but in this generation, they aren't really feasible to for any of them. Like any to use a dragon type, it isn't feasible. Mm, at least organically, unless you hack them in earlier enough that they become feasible later. They aren't feasible because like they sorry, let me rephrase what I was trying to say. Essentially, my point was using a dragon type Pokemon isn't as efficient or feasible in a normal playthrough of a game because you get them like very late into the game, like around victory road or just defeating the 8 gym after the 8 gym, which and they're already 10 level at least 10 levels below your own Pokemon team. And if you haven't like relentlessly farmed exp for each of your Pokemon members, you're already like particularly weak to but not weak, lower level than the E4. Since usually speaking, E4 are the elite four are 51 to 60 usually speaking, and from what I understand, like and what I've seen online and looked at other people's teams before the Elite Four, they're usually weaker than the Elite Fours, even mostly around the weakest Pokemon members level. There's then your own Pokemon's your own strongest Pokemon. Anyway, uh, what that's what I was talking about. um, my main concern was that like using dragon type Pokemon isn't as feasible in the early generation. Now in the later generations they have become much more feasible since you can get them earlier than you thought, or there are more weaker dragon types that you can get which may be more that which can be used in exchange, that you can exchange later with the other dragon type. uh, Although it's still like this, you still get them later down the line, but they can be useful now. Uh, Now that's done. Let's talk about more Pokemon. What I've been doing. What have I been doing the last from the last video I uploaded? Well, I played some Pokemon Platinum. I've been playing Platinum quite a while, and currently just started it. I won't say like I've been playing it for a while. Just started it because I recently got my hands on Black and White. I mean Pokemon White, Platinum, and even Soul Silver, which I'm planning to play for this. planning for to play for on my YouTube. Depending on what I'll do, I'll think on what I do. I've been thinking of doing it as Nuzlocke. All three of these games, I might do Black, or I might do Pokemon White as a normal playthrough. But I've been thinking of doing Platinum and Soul Silver as Nuzlocke, because I already to some extent know what happens in the game. So like my reactions won't be as genuine, because I've seen playthroughs of those two games. I haven't seen Pokemon Black or White. Particularly, like, I don't know what happens in the game. I know like the general overview of what the story is, or who the main bad guys are, but I will say that I don't know much about the particulars about the game. So I may my genuine reaction will be shown in those. Anything other than that, I've been doing. Yeah, I just went and watched Odyssey. It was a pretty good movie. Mm, Although, yes, it could. There are things that could be improved upon. Like, I would give it a rating of 6, probably out of 10. Around that. That's the amount of what I would the rating I would give it. It's so good. I won't say like it's bad, but I won't say like it's the greatest ever movie I've ever saw, and I would rank it really high. Like, I've been seeing other people rank it around like what 10, 9, 8, around those rankings, or like absolutely shit, or those rankings. But anyway, yes. Anything about this, like, this video, I can't talk much about it, because as you can see, nothing happens, and there is no like particular battle that I want to particularly comment over in this video, or anything like interesting happen that I can comment on, or something like that. Not particularly. I just do this. I just uh, reach this sort of checkpoint in the game and ended my video over here. Since nothing more to do currently, I just watched this TV recording of one of the battles that I did against those journalists. Hopefully, you guys enjoy this me talking to you guys. Please leave a like, comment, subscribe, and I'll see you next time. Peace.